Right now at 6, Vancouver police shoot and kill a man they say was threatening people with a gun.
All of a sudden we heard shots go off and he went down.
Plus, new video shows how a child porn suspect allegedly stole a car from federal agents, then led police on a high-speed chase up I-5.
Then, why those set to join the largest nurses' strike in Oregon history in just hours say they have no choice.
I never in my life thought I would be participating in a strike.
And later, a small town divided by a contentious recall election.
What we basically need is a change in here.
I kind of feel like this is just retaliation.
Why voters in Jervis are deciding whether to tell their mayor, "You're fired." For the second time in 10 days, Vancouver police officers have shot and killed a person. Thank you for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich.
And I'm David Molko. Let's go right to Blair Best, live in Vancouver, where police say 4 officers fired shots this morning at a man with a gun. Blair?
Well, the shooting happened in an area that's surrounded by businesses and restaurants here off Northeast Andreessen Road and 22nd Street. This is where Vancouver officers shot and killed a man who they say was threatening people with a gun. Now, this is the second time this month Vancouver police officers have shot and killed someone. And I want to warn you, some of the video you're about to see may be disturbing to some. This was the scene Monday morning. Investigators worked the area at Northeast Andreessen Road near 22nd Street, where 4 Vancouver police officers shot and killed a man who they say pointed a gun at them. This homeless man watched it all happen.
The gentleman was waving his gun around, and all of a sudden we heard shots go off and he went down.
It started just before 1 Monday morning when an officer was flagged down by people saying a man was threatening them with a gun. Officers found the suspect a few blocks away. He refused police commands, so they sent a canine in to stop him. It was then police say the suspect pointed a gun at them. 4 officers then opened fire.
Rapid gunfire. From all angles, like too many. It was just too many shots. Not enough. Not even like questioning, you know.
The suspect later died in the hospital. The canine was accidentally shot in the tail and went through surgery. This cleaning crew removed blood from the sidewalk later that morning.
I was just shocked. You know, it was a sad thing to see.
I think it's second time in a few weeks up here. But
Locals like Mike DeFabio, who runs Fortside Brewing, are keeping track.
Alarming, for sure.
Earlier this month, body cam footage shows when Vancouver officers shot and killed another man who they say also pointed a gun at them. Officers had approached the man after his dog bit someone. He died at the scene.
Guess it's kind of their job to have guns.
It was a crazy event. It was sad, and it's very unfortunate, and we're all upset about it.
All right, now officers involved in both of those shootings were placed on leave, which is standard protocol, and anyone who witnessed Monday's shooting is encouraged to contact the Clark County Sheriff's Office. David, Christine.
Yeah, Blair Best in Vancouver. Thank you, Blair. Appreciate your reporting tonight. In your headlines now, the first 2 measles cases to be detected in Oregon so far this year have been confirmed in Clackamas County. Health officials say an adult and child from the same household, both of who are unvaccinated, were likely exposed in Marion County sometime between May 19th and June 4th. The adult developed a rash last Tuesday. The child showed symptoms a few days later, and officials cautioned more people could have been exposed. Measles spreads through the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. The CDC counted 151 confirmed cases nationwide year to date in its most recent report last week.
The Marion County Sheriff's Office is hoping you can help them find a missing inmate who they say has been on the run since Saturday. Deputies tell us 27-year-old Rigoberto Rodriguez Morales left the county's work release transition center without permission around 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. He was serving a sentence for menacing and assault. Deputies say he's escaped custody before, just over a year ago. So if you see him, contact the Marion County Sheriff's Office.
ODOT is planning a major I-5 shutdown in southwest Portland the weekend before the July 4th holiday. A 4-mile stretch will be completely closed to traffic in both directions beginning the night of Friday, June 28th through Monday, July 1st. This is in order for crews to finish replacing the aging bridge over 26th Avenue. The highway will again be completely closed from Southwest Capitol Highway up to Terwilliger Boulevard, with additional on-ramps closed to reduce traffic. Drivers will be encouraged to use I-205 or highways 217 and 26 as an alternate.
And we've got an update on a wildfire burning east of the Cascades in Wasco County. The Trout Creek fire sparked on Saturday off Highway 97 north of Madras. It's burning on BLM land and no structures are threatened. So far, it's burned 725 acres and is now 90% contained. Full containment is expected by tonight. The cause is under investigation. Matt?
Thanks, Christine. The cooler weather no doubt helping, but it's very windy over there, and that, of course, is a big problem. And speaking of cool weather, check out Timberline right now. Yes, snow in the air. It's only 33 degrees, and that is not a typo. There's been 8 inches of new snow in the last 24 hours up on the mountain. Just incredibly cool and winter-like up in the Cascades. But check out what's happening in Washington County. We're still cloudy in Portland right now, but out in Washington County, the sun is breaking through the clouds and is beginning to look a lot nicer. 61 degrees, still cool. But hey, we're getting the clearing as we head towards summer, which will begin on Thursday, the 20th of June this year, as the sun will be directly over the Tropic of Cancer on that date at 1:50 p.m. So that's what we have to look forward to later on this week. The changing of the seasons. We have the long days in the northern hemisphere, of course. In the southern hemisphere, south of the Antarctic Circle, it'll be 24 hours of darkness. So yeah, they're going to be dealing with that. But for us, it is summer. And just like that, coinciding with the change of seasons, we dry out, we warm up. Question is, will it get hot? Well, that depends on what you think hot is. We're headed for the 90s, but not for too long. More on that later, guys. Back to you.
Okay, can't wait to hear about it. Thanks, Matt. Getting now to newly released video that shows a wild police chase and crash after investigators say a Portland man stole a Homeland Security car from federal agents.
This was in April when he'd just been detained on child pornography charges when moments later he managed to escape. Investigative reporter Kyle Boshi has been piecing the timeline together for us. Kyle?
Well, when federal agents went to serve a search warrant in southeast Portland in April, they put the suspect in their police car but didn't handcuff him. After learning the feds had discovered key evidence, the man locked the doors, jumped in the driver's seat, and then took off. 9 a.m. April 24th, near Castle Rock, Washington. Police chased a suspect after he'd stolen a Homeland Security car from federal agents. Police used a pursuit tactic, causing the suspect to lose control of the vehicle. The Homeland Security SUV flipped onto its roof. 43-year-old Travis Greigla later emerged from the wreckage and was taken into custody. The Portland man was arrested on an outstanding warrant and federal child pornography charges.
Hey man, what's your name? Travis.
So how does someone steal a police car from federal agents, then lead police on a 60-mile chase? Newly released body cam and dash cam video along with court records help explain. Early that morning, federal agents executed a search warrant on Greigla's southeast Portland home. Agents didn't handcuff him. He was seated in the passenger seat of the police car with the window down and an officer standing outside the vehicle, according to court documents. After learning the feds had discovered evidence inside, Greigla said, "This is not going to go good for me." He then locked the doors, slid into the driver's seat, and took off in the Homeland Security SUV. Greigla led police on a chase, reaching speeds near 120 miles per hour from Portland through southwest Washington. He evaded multiple spike strips.
Might have got a clip on that.
Eventually, the front driver's side deflated. And as the suspect tried to exit the freeway in Castle Rock, the pursuit came to a dramatic end. Greigla is a registered sex offender who, according to federal agents, has multiple convictions for sexually abusing children and possession of child porn. According to federal agents, the police vehicle did have 2 firearms and additional police gear in a lockbox. There was also evidence inside the car when it was stolen. In a statement, Homeland Security said it's reviewing this incident to ensure all relevant procedures were followed. Back to you.
Well, now it's definitely not going to go good for the suspect. Thank you, Kyle. Starting in less than 12 hours, thousands of nurses from 6 Providence hospitals plan to hit the picket lines asking for better pay and working conditions.
So nurses say after months of negotiations, time is up. On June 7th, nurses from 6 Providence hospitals officially issued a 10-day notice of their intent to strike for 3 days. Representatives from the Oregon Nurses Association say they want safe staffing, affordable health care, and competitive wages. Providence officials say they've stayed at the bargaining table and have offered more pay. The nurses union says they've tried to hold talks even after the strike notice, but have not come to an agreement with Providence.
St. Vincent's, Newburgh, Milwaukee, Willamette Falls, Hood River, Medford. You know, when that many people are saying there's a problem, it's time to have people listen, I guess.
We'll be working hard when the strike is over to come back to the table and get to, a fair contract with our nurses as quickly as we can.
Providence says replacement nurses will get called in to help keep hospitals open during the strike.
Stay with KGW for continuing coverage.